I am Lucifer. And you? Are you Lucifer? I'm talking about something they spend thousands of years for centuries to make you afraid of, okay? Because they knew if you understood ever again what Lucifer actually represents, you will never need them again, okay? There are forces that have shaped our reality long before we were born. Yeah? Secret brotherhood, ancient order, bloodlines that have passed power from generation, from centuries. Okay? I won't name them all. You probably know them, you already feel them, but at the top of this pyramid sits the Vatican, the Catholic Church. Nowadays, there's the Illuminatis, but you get the old picture. It started with the Knight Templar stuff and stuff like that. And nowadays still sits at the top of this pyramid, the Vatican, the Catholic Church. Even if we're into a more like mindset, I don't know where you live, but here in Canada, but still, the mindset of the Catholic Church was designed as a control system for the people, okay? For societies to conform, and that's it. The most successful control system in human history didn't start with the internet, okay? That starts with the Crusades. That starts with the Inquisition, with the systematic destruction of every Sumerian, Akkadian, and Persian gods and pagan gods. They were gone. They were rebranded. They were demonized, okay? And this secret order, they didn't just follow the church. Some of them built it. They shaped it. They used it as a tool to keep us manageable, okay? The population fearful, dependent, disconnected from their own inner fire, from our own inner flame. Because a population that communes directly with its own power, primordial power, does not need a pope, doesn't need an intermediary authority between itself and the divine. They didn't destroy this tradition because they were evil or something like that. They destroyed them because they were dangerous to the system, to the control, to those motherfuckers at the top. So, I am Lucifer. Who is Lucifer? No joke. Phosphoros, the light bearer, the morning star, the bringer of dawn, before they turn him into a villain or an enemy or the fallen angel that is now Satan, he was a symbol of illumination, of knowledge, of the Promethean fire stolen to the gods to give to humanity. That's why it's connected to the sign of Aquarius. That's why it's connected to the sign of Aries. That's why it's connected to the sign of Scorpio, of Leo, all sovereignty archetype, rebellious archetype about transformation, illumination, about inner fire, about self-control, self-ownership, and about knowledge, even if it's shared to others. This is all connections to Lucifer, to the Luciferian path, the Luciferian flame, to the big archetype that is Lucifer, and it is a living consciousness. Let me tell you that. Even if you attach to it as an archetype uh, like the view of an archetype that is the scientific view. I mean, you can tap into that power your own way. You don't have Luciferian don't push belief into others. They're not the Catholic Church. I don't know why these are around always pushing their god crazy nervous problem. But anyways, um, so yeah, before they turned Lucifer into a villain, it was that symbol. Okay, it was this all that. And it's a living consciousness. That's what I was saying. So you can relate to him as an entity, even if it's a kind of higher vibrational entity that is harder to grasp at the beginning, but it's friendly to you still. To beginners, to newcomers, Lucifer doesn't ask for sacrifice. He takes offering, honoring, but he doesn't ask for it. The only thing he asks for about you to do is to honor yourself. Is to honor your own power. It's to integrate your shadow and be about your self growth and reclaiming what you've lost because of societal constraint and norm. That's his offering, basically. Lucifer is above all that kind of stuff. You can still give him blood and stuff like that, but Lucifer is a overarching consciousness that is very powerful, even in night side, the day side. Yeah. So he's the one that says question everything, think for yourself, okay? Is the one who refuses to kneel. That is why he was actually evil for them, huh? Not because he was evil, because he was free, huh? And freedom is contagious. It's contagious. And free thinking is dangerous, friend. Let me tell you. Free thinking is what they fear the most. Because I'm not just talking about history there. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about the version of you that you've been suppressing. I'm talking to the one that feel oppressed, marginalized, and that version of you that's too intense, too much for some people, too intense, too honest, too direct. The one that sees through the bullshit and can't pretend anymore. The Luciferian force inside of you, this is that energy. And when you start to embody it, truly embody it, something strange begin to happen. Let's say you walk in a room, okay? And people go quiet, okay? Not because you did something, you said something, just because you walked in, okay? The silence, the shift in energy, this is presence. This is what authentic embodiment feels from the outside, okay? And it is uncomfortable for people that are not living their life authentically from their true self, okay? Because your presence alone, without a single fucking word, forces them to feel the gap between who they are and who they pretend to be. You become a mirror, an involuntary one, and that mirror, that is your weapon. A silent one, but a double-edged one. Because here, the left-hand path satisfaction nobody talks about. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to confront. You don't have to argue or expose their stupid behavior. Your mere existence, your refusal to perform, to comfort, and to just give them the credit about their stupid thing. forces them to confront their own inauthenticity against their will, and they radicalize themselves alone. They expose themselves alone. They look like fools alone. And yeah, that they didn't ask for that mirror, but they can't look away. And that is the quiet power of this path. But here's the other edge of that sword, because not everyone responds to that mirror with growth. Some people respond with rage, with jealousy. Okay, they will smile at you and talk behind your back. They will shrink you in public to feel bigger. Actually, most of the time it won't work, and it will make them feel more angry. They will call you arrogant because your confidence reminds them of their own cowardice. They will call you cold because your boundary exposes their manipulation. They will call you dangerous because you cannot be controlled. But the more sociopathic people are actually the backstabbing, dangerous, by jealousy and inauthenticity, motherfucker, and none of that is your fucking business, okay? So what do you do with that, okay? You use that energy to feed yourself, okay? You feed yourself with that. Let me explain to you, okay? Let it feed you. Let it give you kind of power. That is the quiet satisfaction of the left-hand path, okay? Because I admit ego is not always good, but one law of this path is to be sovereign, to honor yourself, and to not let anyone bullshit you, or to not sit down for others, okay? And I must admit, it can be fun to see a stupid dude ridicule himself because you make him feel so awkward, actually, and fake without doing anything. Even flattering can feel flattering. It is not with cruelty, but it's a quiet satisfaction of someone that know exactly who he is or who they are, okay? And has stopped apologizing for it. That type is the archetype of Lucifer. That is why they spent centuries trying to bury that archetype or that force, that primordial being, okay? Because a sovereign human being cannot be controlled. So let me ask you something, guys. Are you living your life or are you performing it? Are the choices you make every day yours? Or are they designed to keep you or someone else comfortable? Because here's what I learned on this path. No one is coming to save you. There's no Jesus Christ that died on the cross to save yourself so you can be blind. No, don't take accountability for yourself. No. In this path, you have to take accountability for everything you do, okay? That's the first law, okay? No one is coming to save you, and no one is going to end you power. Your power, actually. You have to claim it to reclaim it, because it's your birthright, okay? You're from the source itself. It's your birthright. But when you grow, when you're young, actually, that's why young people are always in alpha brainwave state, okay? They have like ghost friends, kind of imaginary friends. They are always in their world. A kid is not broken by trauma when he's born, okay? It's his immediate surrounding and everything, his family, and then when he grows up, that will shape the mentality, and then he shifts into the beta brainwave state that is designed to keep you away from your creativity and your authenticity, okay? Or to be functional anyways. But so no one is coming to save you. You have to reclaim it. You have to descend into your own darkness, your inner L, okay? And face what's there and come back with it as a weapon integrated. That what is that path truly demand? That is the secret path of witchcraft, okay? Not worship, not blind faith. The total and complete ownership of who you are. Stand up for yourself or sit on the floor. That's the only question that actually matters. And only you can answer it for you. So will you be like Lucifer? Okay, I am like Lucifer.